In 1993, a 14-year-old was murdered, stabbed multiple times at his own home. For years, the case went unsolved, but it was back in 2002 when Terry Johnson, who was considered a suspect all along, was charged after new DNA testing.
Johnson has continued to maintain his innocence. For every crime, there's a story, and the truth matters. Here's ABC4's senior crime and punishment correspondent Marcos Ortiz with tonight's Justice Files.
Tuesday, Terry Johnson spoke publicly for the first time since he was convicted in 2004. He continues to claim he didn't murder his child's babysitter. Christopher Mosier's family always suspected Johnson, and they still do. It's a story that began nearly 30 years ago. It's December 30th, 1993. Detectives arrive at an apartment in Taylorsville. 14-year-old Christopher Mosier is found dead inside. A neighbor helps out.
I let the grandparents in first to use our telephone and stuff like this, and then the mother told me, the grandmother just broke down and they're just sobbing and said that about their Christopher like that. He'd been stabbed.
Detectives find no forced entry, no signs of confrontation. They begin to piece what happens inside. They soon learn Mosier's babysitting while his mother works late that night. She calls at 7. Everything's fine. She calls twice more that night, but there's no answer. So she comes home. The neighbor watches.
When she came home, the lights were all on. She went in, and some of the baby things were there. And she said, "Christopher, Christopher, Christopher." But she couldn't locate him. Then she started getting suspicious. Then she went to the bedroom and saw him in the closet there, in the back toward him, and he had been stabbed a few times.
When I got word of it, I just needed to get away from anybody and anything, and I just went into the bathroom, turned off the lights, locked the door. I sat in the bathroom tub, just trying to, I don't know, I was in shock. I know I was.
Meanwhile, detectives question the baby's father, Terry Johnson, who picks up his child and is the last one to see Mosier alive.
The detectives spent considerable time interviewing and talking to him and checking out his side of the evening of what had happened when he picked the baby up, where he had been. And they are satisfied, at least at this point, that that's an unrelated issue.
Mosier's murder shocks students at Eisenhower Junior High, where he attends. The school counselor tells a reporter a lot of younger kids saw him as their advocate, a big brother who took them under his wing. The counselor also says some kids are expressing frustration and anger. The school's principal calls it horrifying and a dose of reality for students. Shortly thereafter, the Mosiers bury their son. The investigation stalls. There's no suspect and no motive. It turns into a cold case. But detectives kept Terry Johnson, the baby's father, on their radar.
He was questioned. They just didn't have, enough evidence at the time.
9 years later, there's an arrest thanks to DNA. Tomorrow in Part 2, the arrest and conviction of Terry Johnson. For the Justice Files, Marcos Ortiz, ABC4 News.